Well, I wanted to like the Mitchells versus the Machines. It just, I'll explain here in a bit. Katie Mitchell, a young woman who was about to embark on her college adventure in film school, was going to be free of her mom, dad, and her little brother. She was going to take a plane. Then, unbeknownst to her, her father decided, hey, I'm going to make it to where we all travel together on one last road trip. And they're going to do one last road trip now to take Katie Mitchell as a family to college. And it's a long road trip. And that's bad, right? Well, it gets worse. Remember all those unregulated tech companies? Well, one of them has nincompoop made an AI, and now robots are taking over the world at the same time. I saw that this movie got a really high rating. It's getting a high rating. It's a popular movie, so I hate it when I don't agree with the popular movies. I'm like, I don't like it. But you can thank the following people. Let's Be Real with Brad and Lost in the Real. Those two guys, check out their channels. I'm going to put links to their videos in the description box below, so you can check out their videos after you watch this one. They have a much more positive view of this, and I respect both of them a lot, their opinions on movies and such. So maybe I should relook at this and think about my state of mind. So keep in mind, when I watched this movie, Ojo Cuidado, I had had a sugar crash, I wasn't in the best of moods, and I had watched a review that had said it was super good, so I went in with over high expectations. So there are several things that set up me not liking it. This is my opinion, and yeah, check it out. There were some definite positive things about this movie that I enjoyed. Animation was really good. Sound effects were really good. The acting was excepcional. Very well done. The general message and plot and stuff like that was neat and unique, and I enjoyed it. Hey, those two robots, sidekicks, that was pretty funny as well. There were a lot of funny things I liked about this movie. I caught myself, even my humdrum mood, sugar crashed mood, I thought were kind of funny. One of the things I liked about this movie, that a message that it had that we can use in our toolbox to build better lives, is contempt prior to investigation. There's a character in this that he wasn't into what this other person was into. So therefore, anything she did in this area was dumb and I don't like it. I don't even want to give it time. He was clueless at their level or talent in the area and where it was actually going to go. So it made him not supportive of a major thing in their life. And it was actually creating distance between them because he wasn't even willing to look at it. He just assumed judgment right away, blah, blah, blah. He didn't even say, have a dialogue with her. He just assumed, you're bad, that's bad, I don't want to hear it. Easy to classify things for me to say, oh, okay, this is this category, that's bad, it's dumb, I'm not interested in it. And I always need to be reminded of these things. What I didn't like about this movie, the villain was super simplistic. How he even did what he did was like, what? What is this? There's no signs of this technology before. Now all of a sudden it's everywhere. Clearly overpowered them to an extent, but not really, I guess, because only a family, just one family can defeat them all or something. There were a lot of unrealistic, it's family working together, yay, and everything's working out. They have never done any training, never done any skills in this area, and suddenly they're super skilled at dodging and fighting and stuff like that. Hey, I'm mad, I'm defending my baby. Okay, well, maybe, but there's a limit to your mom's strength, because if you have no skill overrides power, and let's face it, AI robots would be way faster and stronger than you, and made out of materials that your mama, I'm protecting my baby, your bones would crush. So there were a lot of those things. I know they were trying to make it a kid's movie, and I know they were trying not to make it super realistic, but it just had a lot of unrealistic things that I felt like, it's like, hey, what are you showing our kids? That it takes no effort, you're instantly skilled at stuff, you don't have to work at anything. I just didn't like it, guys. I'm sorry. I wish I did. I wish I was into it, but there were just those things that highlighted in the movie, and it created a feeling of just like, ugh, you're trying to have this message, but your execution of it was poor. I just didn't like it. I felt like there's a lot of corporate approved ways of how they had to do things. It felt very controlled and restrained, and it met its requirements. So there were just things I did not like about this movie. I understand why people liked it. So that's why I'm going to give Mitchells versus the Machines, keeping in mind that I was kind of in a grumpy mood. I acknowledge I was in a grumpy mood. So I'm going to add another point. I'll give another point. How about that? So I'm giving Mitchell versus the Machines a 5.5 out of 10. Peace! Yeah, boy.